So this exercise is called the Chinese hip grinder. It can be a useful exercise to work on any kind of broad stance position where there is a bit of internal rotation involved. So think anything straddle, pancake or middle split related. This exercise can be very useful if this is something that you are lacking. So often this will be something that is worth working on for a while, and once you start getting some diminishing returns, so you don't see a transfer to the position that you are working on, it's something you can slowly phase out again, usually. The exercise itself is going to look something like this. You're going to get into a broad stance and you want the feet to be pointing slightly inwards, so we're going to be in an internally rotated position already. Then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reaching towards one side, swap over and then reach towards the other side. Now there are quite a few small details to be aware of here. First of all, it's very nice to make sure that you're wearing something, the combination of footwear and floor. And this is something that is with a good grip so you don't slide out of your position. Also, what we're looking for here is not necessarily to reach as far in the direction that we are going towards. What we instead want to focus on is seeing if we can rotate the hips towards the direction that we are reaching. And what we are looking for is a stretch high up on the outside of the hip. Can feel like it's quite deep in the joint as well. So this is what we're looking for. The hands are just used for reaching. If I'm going to the left, then it's going to be the right hand that I have the furthest away, and the left hand I'm kind of using that to push the hand even further into this direction. Now, as I am doing my reps here, it can also be useful to think about pushing the feet out as I am doing my reps and my reaches here. I'd also recommend focusing more on the subjective feeling, see if you can find that stretch at the top of the outside of the hip, instead of worrying about how far you are able to reach. If you start to focus too much on the range, there's a tendency to get into too much of a hinging pattern instead of getting this rolling of the hips, because we are trying to very specifically target internal rotation in this straddle position. Doing something like 20 reps can be done with high frequency, or just part of any other kind of flexibility exercises